This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. Once again, we are at RFMX Houger Express. Since 2014, they have been your best choice for warehouse distribution and transportation services here locally and across 48 states. I'm joined by Tom and Johnny. Guys, thanks so much for joining us here today. Let's start off a little bit about yourself, Tom. Pretty new to the company here. What is it that got you involved in this organization? Let me know a little bit of your background.
I've been in transportation since I was 19 years old, so about 40 some years now. And I'd been with an intermodal company previous to now that made some changes, and I ended up flying solo, called Wade, and he was looking for somebody to fill a spot in here, and it was the perfect fit.
Excellent. John, let me ask you this. As a transportation director, I imagine quite a bit is what you're providing for the company. Has this been a good fit for you, Houger Express?
Yes, it's been a great fit for me. I enjoy it very much, and I'm glad that I had the opportunity to come over here and do that.
That is excellent. Over the years here, I mean, basically since 2014, you guys have retained many clients. You've also added new clients throughout the years. In an industry like this, like you said, you've been doing it for many years, is job one still great service for people out there? And is that what is required to get the product there?
Yeah, service is the number one thing, service and safety. And we have to keep in mind that these people out there have a choice. Competition is fierce out there. And there's salespeople knocking on customers' doors every day. So we try to do everything, in terms of communication, transportation, driver retention, things like that. We try to do that better than the next guy because they have a choice.
They have a choice. I mean, to maintain a good trucking division, I would imagine the guys behind the wheel play a big part in that. How important is it you're finding the right guys that, fit that part? They understand how important it is to provide that service, and yet at the same time realize that people want their product on time.
Well, retaining drivers or hiring drivers is kind of like a photographer's job. You take 300 pictures, you might get one or two that you can use. Drivers are the same way. We might interview 100 different drivers and find one that fits. And again, when you talk about the service, we have a service to the drivers too. So we try to, wrap our arms around them, treat them like family, take care of them, make sure that all their needs are met, all the communication's there, because just like the customer, they have a choice.
They definitely do, and like you say, to make sure you attract and keep the right ones is important. In an industry like this, it's important for people to get the product on time, but yet at the same time to make sure that it's damage-free. Is safety a big factor that basically everybody joins together in?
Safety is a huge factor. And yes, from our warehouse people to our drivers to even the people in the office, we take safety very, very seriously. And the drivers play a huge part in that from the time they come until they park at the end of the evening.
That is excellent. Whether it's local or across 48 states, is the intermodal freight something that is kind of a key part of what you do, making sure they've got inventory rolling over out there?
Yeah, we do quite a bit of intermodal freight, probably 15 to 20 containers a day. Some years ago, they made a big swing from trucking to intermodal. If it's not super time sensitive and they can put it on a rail, they can save some money. And so we play a pretty integral part in the city of Denver with intermodal.
Speaking of in the city of Denver, you got quite a fleet that you maintain here. We're talking about 30 trucks out there, but you also work with independent contractors as well. Is that a key to make sure you've got quite a network built up so when the need arises?
Yeah, it's kind of like having a basketball team or a football team. You've got to have guys on the bench just in case you need them when you need them.
That is great. Let me ask you this, Johnny, as the transportation director, like you say, folks out there, they have a choice. Do you feel it's important that these people kind of do their due diligence out there and find out a little bit of who's been in business, who understands the industry before they trust their shipping to just anyone?
I think they do. I think they kind of look at a warehouse and see exactly what's going on. And I believe that they scout us a lot. I think they scout in a warehouse and make sure, look at the damages or the volumes that they do in the transportation side of it. I think they look at the safety end of that. And what's really important is the on time and pickup, that makes it best for a customer.
Best for the customer. Like you said, quite a fleet out there. You've got a truck for almost every need. We've got enclosed 53-foot enclosed trailers out there. Some of them refrigerated, some of them not. I would imagine it's important to keep those on the road all the time. Is that fleet pretty powerful for this area?
It sure is. You know, we offer variety. We've got flatbeds, we've got step decks, vans, reefers, like you said. In our warehouse, we've got a number of different sized forklifts, so we can handle some pretty serious capacity. You know, we do pipe loads. We're doing oil field equipment, so food product. So it's a variety of stuff that we handle, and we need equipment to handle all of it.
That is excellent. From dock delivery to inside delivery. I mean, you guys even do a little bit of home delivery when it comes to the cabinet creators here in Colorado. Is that a vital part of your industry as well?
We do a great deal of cabinet delivery. We do a lot of hotel remodels, so that's a little niche of ours as well. We've got box trucks that run with lift gates, and usually those are two-man trucks, so we can send a crew to do some unload of some of the what they call white glove deliveries, all wrapped, inside delivery.
Wow. Be it hotels or grocery stores out there, Safeway, Albertsons, there's a lot of names that have put their faith in you, trust in you. Do you have to be pretty diverse in your services when you're dealing with companies that are moving product that quick?
Oh yes, there's a lot of diversity there, and like I said, we do a lot of different things, and it's really one of the fun projects that I think that has worked for us is you go into the big malls during your holiday seasons, and all the ornaments and the Christmas decorations, we haul it in for a customer that sets that all in. So, I mean, it's fun. It's fun to do things like that. It's great when you can go in and look at any customer or a construction site or a home or anything that we've hauled into, just to go in and look at the after product of what we was a part of.
Wow, pretty diverse, from cabinets to groceries to you name it in between. You guys have done all that. Not only you're diverse, but you also have to be accessible. I mean, you've got a dispatch here that is available pretty much 24/7. Trucks that are basically in the middle of the night, being able to do cross-docking, you name it. These are all things that happen. Sometimes they need them and schedule. Sometimes I imagine it's probably even an emergency situation you have to help them out with.
Well, life's 24/365, and so is trucking. So it never stops. And you're right, we get calls in the middle of the night, and we have emergency situations where we have to come down, open the dock because we've got to transload something off of one trailer onto another for whatever the reason. Might be mechanical issues, might be claim issues, whatever. So we put ourselves out there. The whole industry does. And I've heard it said before by our owner here that, you know, if you've got it, a truck brought it.
I love that. Tell me a little bit about your warehouse here. How many square feet are we talking out there? I know it is climate controlled. It's not refrigerated, but if it gets too hot or too cold here in Colorado, you guys keep it pretty level across the board.
The warehouse is about 138,000 square feet, and we keep it roughly between 50 and 60 degrees.
That is excellent. Basically, like you just said a second ago, I mean, if you bought it, a truck brought it, do you think the trucking industry, there will always be a need like there is? Obviously, if consumers keep buying stuff.
Well, I don't think trucking's ever going to go away, at least not in my lifetime anyway.
That is excellent. Gentlemen, let me ask you this. You've both been in the industry for some time. You've been here for a long time. Do you believe being part of this organization, this is family-owned, operated, basically you treat your trucks like family, the truckers out there like family, the customers. Is this rewarding for you to be part of an organization that takes that level of expertise?
Well, I would much rather, and keep in mind, I've worked for some pretty large companies. I would much rather work for a smaller family-owned company because you don't get lost in the shuffle like you do in a big company. It's not so rigid. You can go, it's open door. You can go talk to the owners. You have access to the owners at any given time. And like I said, you don't get lost. You're not a number.
That is interesting. If we have truckers out there or independent contractors out there that would like to be part of this team, like you said, it sounds like this is something you're always looking for. What do they need to do?
Look on our website. There's applications on our website. There's contact numbers, and you can send us an email, and I look at those emails regularly.
Excellent. Tom, Johnny, thank you so much for joining us here today. Viewers, let's take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their contact information right there on the website. Basically, Gentlemen have been in this for many, many years. This is an organization that began back in 2014. You can see all the services they have all out there as well. And just remember, if you bought it, a truck brought it, and you can definitely put your trust in this organization, RFMX, Houger Express. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.